You're listening to The Burning Truth. The following interview by The Burning Truth was pre-recorded on the 17th of the 4th, 2017. Ladies and gentlemen, this is The Burning Truth. I am Matt Burns, and I am here with Drill, the King of the Kingdom champion, the Heavyweight, the Northern Bruiser.
Me.
So you had an epic clash getting that title, didn't you?
I did.
Well,
there's what? It was in a battle royal.
it was a battle royal, 25 men.
25 people in there.
It was.
And there was quite a lot of people. Well, I wouldn't say quite a lot. There was probably about 4 or 5 people that was bigger than me. And that doesn't come around very often. You know what I mean?
I can imagine, but you handled yourself well.
Well, I tried. I tried to pick my spots, and it obviously worked.
It did. It was also you had multiple matches that night, didn't you?
Is what, sorry?
You had multiple matches that night.
I did. I've been up since 10 o'clock in the morning. So before I ended up appearing at EPW, I was at Pro Wrestling for You, where I had 2 matches.
Oof.
I know,
I can imagine the hard-fought contest there as well.
Well, I ended up wrestling Alex Bauer.
Yeah.
And then I lost that match. Only because a new tag team called Two Broke Lads. Like 2 guys, 1 cup, They tapped me before the match and whipped my leg.
Oh.
Yeah, so 5'3" Alex Bauer ended up beating me, which I'm annoyed at. And then I tried to get revenge by having a tag team match with my partner, Ry Lloyd.
Yeah.
And I ended up losing that one as well because he chopped my leg from under me again and cheated by holding onto my leg while the other guy pinned me, which the referee did not see.
Daylight robbery.
So, exactly. So I was peed off at the best with that, but I couldn't have time to stew in it because I had to shoot over to Whitchurch? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Whitchurch. So I had to shoot over to there, and then only to find out I've got to take on
Goliath.
6'6", Goliath, which my leg recovered from then, so I wasn't hobbling around as much. Put a bit of ice on it, as you do.
As you do.
Yeah, got through the pain, and I lost that match. So I thought, hey, here we go. It's not my night. I've lost every match today. And to be fair, I wasn't going into the Rumble optimistic. But I thought,
can imagine.
And anyone can win a Rumble, and I just protected myself, picked my spots, and I ended up winning.
And you had quite a few good eliminations.
I think I did 4, 5.
It was about 4 or 5, but you also had some top contenders for the match as well, didn't you? Some big guys to eliminate.
Some big guys. At least some of them outweigh me by at least 6 stone. And all of them was over at least 6'2". So it was like David and Goliath in the ring.
It is.
But I managed to probably throw the biggest guy out there. I think his name is Big Rich.
It was.
I managed to throw that guy out. That was a struggle. Give it to me back in doing that as well.
Well, it looked like as you were getting on later on when you ended up re-encountering Goliath, he was working your back.
Yeah. It worked it a lot. It was Goliath, and it was the other tall dude who was with him.
That would be Charles Kelsey.
Yeah, so we had Mr. Kelsey in with him. So there was me, and then 2 guys who were the same size, and decided to beat me up. I was like, oh great, I'm all right here, aren't I?
And to be honest, I can actually relate with me having a wrestling background myself. I've
Yeah.
actually been in the ring with Kelsey myself and been clocked a few times by him as well.
Yeah, he doesn't hit you softly, that guy. Put it that
He
way.
doesn't. He doesn't.
No, but to prefer both of them don't hit you softly. And obviously, as you've seen, Kelsey nearly eliminated me, but for some strange reason, Goliath decided to eliminate the other big guy.
He might have thought with you hanging on the ropes, he might have already thought he's got it in the bag.
Well, yeah, that was probably it. But take the chances when you can. Would you rather wrestle? Well, would you rather end up being a guy who's the same size as you and have a 50 chance, or have the guy in the ring who's about 4 inches smaller than you, knowing that you've already beat him earlier than that, and you're already going pretty confident on who I put my money on.
Exactly. But however, that wasn't the case.
Well, no, he made the mistake, didn't he?
That he did.
Trying to kick me off when I was on the outside of the ring, but I managed to react quick enough, pull the rope down, and he ended up catching himself between the rope and get out.
And that was a fair drop kick as well.
Well, there wasn't really any other move I could choose. If I got near him, he would have grabbed hold of me and he could have probably threw me back over the rope. So the only chance I had was a running drop kick.
And you nailed it perfectly. I will say you nailed it perfectly. It wasn't just that. It's quite. You have to think on your feet in a rumble. You always have to think on your feet. But you got the win and you became the third king of the kingdom. How does that feel?
Oh, it's amazing. I'll always be remembered as the guy that was the first ever champion. It doesn't matter who else is the champion now. I'll always be remembered as the first ever. So I'll be the guy that everyone will know that started it off.
You set the bar.
That's it.
Exactly. And I take it you don't want to just set the bar. You want to raise it as well. I take it.
Well, but that's it. I want to raise the bar for myself, but also I want the title to mean something as well. It's like I just don't want to be one of them that gets like shifted onto someone else. Where I lose in about 2 months' time. I want it to mean like you've got this belt, you've got to defend it with everything, and it means something.
So I take it with that's your for the Kingdom Championship to elevate it, to make it mean something, to basically make it so if somebody's going to be coming for that belt, they've got to bring their A game.
Well, they've got to bring their A game plus another 100%. Because I don't plan on losing it anytime soon.
I will say after watching you battle for it and how hard you work for it with all the heart and passion, it's going to be fairly hard to knock you off. I will say.
Well, to be fair, I've been on quite a good run lately.
That you have.
I've not lost a lot of matches since I've become a singles competitor. I'm not. Well, I used to be. Well, best way to put it is I was a tag team for a year and a half, but ever since I've broken away from that and got on my own in the last 6 months, there's been no stopping me.
Yes.
Until the weekend, they hadn't lost a singles match.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
And with you got plenty of accomplishments, like you got the El Bandito tournament that you won.
Yeah. I won. I had to go through 3 matches that night, and that wasn't an easy night as well because they had Dean McManus, 2-time catchweight champion, 1-time
contender.
Welsh champion, one tag team champion. He's won everything. So yeah, I had to go through that guy first, and he's into small guy. Beat him. Went through Don Micho again, former catchweight champion again, big guy. Had a mean streak and didn't manage to beat him, and then got through Sonny Durson, who I believe is probably one of the best up and coming young talents in this business, and I managed to off him off.
I can actually agree with you on that. He is one to watch. I would agree.
He certainly is.
One thing I will say, I have noticed a little pattern with your accomplishments. You seem to be like a bit of an Iron Man. You're winning tournaments after where you're having to do multiple matches.
I know seems like I'm going to start getting a reputation at this rate.
I'm surprised you haven't got the nickname the Iron Man.
Well, that was my 5th match in 2 days, to be honest with you. So my cardio's doing all right. So I don't have to work as hard in gym anymore. You know what I mean?
I can imagine. So,
Yeah.
so with that, I've just got a few questions I just wanted to. With you being in the wrestling business, what inspired you to, or who inspired you to become the superstar that you are today?
Well, it wasn't really who inspired me to become a wrestler. It was more like I always wanted to do it when I watched it. I always thought I want to be like Stone Cold Steve Austin. Because I always used to watch Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock when I was younger, but I used to always hate The Rock and it was Steve Austin. But I was like, but it's one of them when you charge like, I want to be a wrestler, I want to be a wrestler, and then you just grew out of it. And then I was big into TNA when before Hulk Hogan took over, so I used to watch TNA when it was really good.
I take it during the AJ Styles, Jerry Lynn for the X Division title days.
I don't remember that.
You don't remember them days?
It was just Kurt Angle, Hernandez,
good days,
all them. But
they
yeah,
were some good days.
Yeah, sorry, go on.
They were some good days, some great events, and I can see why you were inspired and whatnot. And one thing I was going to say about it, you being inspired, what with your style of wrestling as well. What inspired you with your style of wrestling? Because I can honestly say it's a unique style.
I just thought, be a bit different, do stuff that people don't expect me to do, and I think the way I wrestle, it kind of puts my opponents off a little bit because I wouldn't say I'm unpredictable, but it's like you wouldn't expect me to do certain things for a guy that's kind of my size.
You do some unique stuff, and I will say, especially three things. I can also say you've got one of the meanest elbow shots I've seen. You know how to wrap somebody up in a pretzel, and I have to say, I love a good pie myself.
You love a good pie.
I love a good pie.
Love a good pie. I'm partial to a pie myself. I love a good pork pie.
Oh, you
pork
have
pie
to.
and a good beer to go with it. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And I will say this: how you wrap people up in a pretzel, and it's like, how do they get out of it?
Well, honestly, you'll have to ask them. I'm all I'm bothered about is getting him in it, but it seems to be like the ref has to get him out. I'm going to give him a good kick up the backside. Seems like if you give enough pain to the guy, he'll get out of it.
I get you. I will say it's a very unique style and everything. So I take you to with the King of the Kingdom Championship that you actually won. Is that your actual first championship that you've actually gained for yourself?
As a singles competitor or in
Yes.
wrestling in general?
As a singles competitor.
Apart from the El Bandito tournament, which was a trophy, I wouldn't really classify that as a trophy, as you don't defend it every time I'm on a show.
Yeah.
But I said the King of Kingdoms title is my first singles title.
I take it feels special to you then.
Well, it'll certainly be the one I remember the most, as it'll be my first ever title. And I won.
You always remember your first.
That's it.
You always do.
Don't tell my missus that though, because she'll go mad.
I have not. I know nothing. I said nothing. But yeah, it's so. What's next for yourself? What is next for the heavyweight?
What with the King of Kingdom titles or shows coming up?
In general.
Well, I've got EPW. I'm back there tomorrow in Fleetwood.
You're back there tomorrow?
I am, which will be the 18th. They've asked me about the enjoyed my match, so I feel I've got unfinished business there. So I think it's only fair I go back and try to make the wrongs right in a way.
I get what you mean, and
yeah.
I get you.
After that, next week, on the Saturday, which is, I think it's the 28th, is it? No, 29th. I'll be at Smithstone Festival.
It's the 29th.
Yeah, I'll be at the Smith Festival for Infinite Promotions. As I'm a tag team champions with Dean McManus and Mickey Burns, but as Mickey Burns, well, we do the free bird rule, you see. So any three of us can defend it.
I can't blame you.
Well, it makes things easier. But as Mickey Burns has broken his leg, it's going to be me and Dean McManus against Frankie Stallone and Ringo Ryan defending that.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's going to be an experience. Looking forward to beating an old man up.
Frankie Stallone, you may think he's old, but I will say he is a legend of the wrestling. I've encountered him on in the past myself. He's always been a character.
Yeah.
Always been a character.
Yeah, I've met him a few times and he's had missed stitches in the locker room. But there'll be no laughing come that day, and anyway, it's going to be all down to business.
Exactly, I can actually relate to that and understand that. But I will say, that's quite a bit of a team there. Yourself and D-Mac.
Yeah, we've tagged up a few times at Just Do and Wrestle Island, but kind of had a falling out lately.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I fell out with him at Just Do because he tried to keep telling me what to do, calling me stupid. So I fell out with him over that, punched him in the face. Obviously, didn't learn at Wrestle Island. We tagged a few times there, and again, called me all kinds of naughty words, which I won't repeat. So I had to put him in his place again. And then, obviously, good friends, but sometimes you just got to slap your friends and try and tell them that you're the alpha dog.
I take it that sometimes you have to knock some sense into him.
That's right. He's done it to me, I've done it to him, but, at the end of the day, we're friends at the end of it, but sometimes friends always fight.
Exactly, it does happen. You can always have disagreements, but in the end, you'll become friends again.
That's it. Concerning the King of Kingdoms title, that will be getting defended on the 7th of May at Venom Wrestling.
That's the night of the triple belts.
That is correct.
Triple championship, I will say. That will be a night to be, if anybody can get down there, it'd be definitely one not to miss.
Well, that's right, yeah.
In fact, I'm actually hoping to be there myself for that event.
Yeah. I don't have as far as I'm concerned, I don't have an opponent yet. So I think we might just do, it's not 100% signed yet, but there may be a chance it's an open challenge. So,
I
won't be able to have time to prepare for my opponent, but we'll see what happens.
It is, because that can actually have a bit of a backfire if it's an open challenge, because you never know who's coming, and that can be quite hard to plan for. But at the same time, well, like we said previously, you are unique yourself.
Unique and special, as some people call me.
You are unique. You are. The only way I can describe your style is the heavyweight style, the bruiser style.
Is that so? So let me ask you something then. What is the heavyweight style to you then?
To me, it's everything that is entitled to you. It's the way you swing your elbows. You don't just literally. You literally pour your heart and soul into everything. If someone's getting you down, you literally fight. You can come up from underneath and literally you're hitting them with such a unique style from left to right. You had me almost baffled and feeling sorry for Goliath when you're hitting him with left and right elbows.
Well, he's a big guy. You've got to throw everything at him. I mean,
you literally did, including the kitchen sink.
I only managed to get him down once in 15 minutes.
That you did, but to get somebody down like you still did it.
Exactly.
You still did it, and it's special. It's like I said, your style is very special, and it's one that stands out to me.
Yeah. I'm always there to be entertaining and different, which is the main thing in this business today. I'm winning.
I can't agree more with you on that, and I can honestly say, every show I've been to, when you've been there, I have always been entertained.
Have I fed you?
Yeah, I think if you actually fed me, my colleague, a few of my colleagues.
Oh well. So I even feed the audience as well, which is even better.
Exactly. You're a crowd pleaser. You make sure that no one goes hungry, and you make sure that everyone's got a pint.
And everybody's entertained.
And that's.
But don't get me wrong, I'm all about the entertainment. But you pee me off.
Oh, definitely, I can agree with you on that.
You straight in the face when I get the chance.
I can agree with you on that. It's straight away. When we first saw, we instantly thought that's one person we don't want to upset. Make sure we have beer on tap, senpais. Keep the man happy.
I'm a nice guy until you warm me up, so
I can understand that. Well, I can honestly say this has been quite a bit of an interesting interview. So is there any shout outs you want to give out to anybody?
Not really. follow UKWA. Yeah, it's their sponsored the belts. I'm the champion of it. Follow them. Follow me on Twitter, Silver Daz. Follow me on Facebook. It says Darryl Eaton on Facebook. I don't have my own page. I don't see the point in it. I can't even keep up with my own. Can't even keep up with my Twitter one half the time. Too much hard work. And just keep an eye out for the shows, man, and come and watch me.
You definitely want to watch, and I can attest to that to myself because I've seen you at a number of shows myself, so I can highly recommend him, folks.
Oh, you're too kind. Too kind.
I have to give credit where credit is due. So I think that would be the end of this interview. So thanks very much for being on this on the show and everything, and spending time with us.
Thanks for having me on, and thanks for having a chat with me.
No worries. It's been interesting. It's all fun, and you're always entertaining. So with that, hopefully we'll see you down on the road, and hopefully defending your championship.
Thanks very much.
Catch you down the road. See you down the road. And with that, folks, that would be the wrap up of this episode. So we hope you stay tuned, and hopefully we'll be having more interviews coming soon. So with that, stay well, stay safe, and always check out your local wrestling.